Okay, hey everyone, and welcome to the Humans and Wildlife Show. Except for we have an exception. It's not really the Humans and Wildlife Show today. And why is that, Christian?
Yeah, so just when George and I were going to go on, you won't believe it, we had a power outage. We've got, you probably can read this, rather high winds on the Pacific Northwest and weather warnings. And yeah, it happened. We got an outage just at that moment, and it just came back, but it will very likely happen again. So, you know,
Yeah, so Christian is, I guess, experiencing high winds that
yeah.
had his power knocked out for a little bit, and it's probably going to go out or likely going to go out again soon. And guess what? I have COVID, so
Oh
collectively,
my goodness, that's even
yeah.
worse, George.
Yeah,
So
collectively, we have decided to postpone until next week.
Well, we
Um,
have a very interesting topic then for next week. Really interesting. It's absolutely intriguing. Maybe you just quickly want to mention it, Georgia, or should I?
yeah, I definitely think we should use the time we have to talk about it a little bit. And if Christian disappears suddenly, then yeah. But yeah, we'll be talking about these couple of papers about how climate change is affecting species distributions, basically, like the regions that they inhabit. And when you have shifting species distributions, one of the things that you can get is different the animal communities changing, different animals coming in contact with each other,
That's it.
and different species in general, including different diseases. And so when you have like the communities of species changes changing with climate change, that means that you can have like disease spillover events happening between species that maybe previously hadn't encountered each other, or that have diseases that previously weren't, their range was restricted to areas where the host wasn't. So you can see with the COVID, I'm just like falling apart. I'm like, my
Yeah,
brain.
I think this is
Yeah.
not. I shouldn't let get Georgia to talk. So I'll just go on to that quickly. So yeah, that's the point. So what we're going to see is this is a study that has been conducted in Nature. It's very interesting actually, and quite shocking because it shows that through climate change, of course, we're going to see increase of wildfires and many other things. That's what we expected, yes. But one thing that's yeah, that we haven't really looked at so much, or I wasn't really aware of, is the increase of pandemics that can follow with that. If you look at COVID
Yeah.
and sorry, SARS and other um,
Yeah.
other pandemics, how that can increase because the habitat of wildlife and humans gets closer together and it's also shifting. And that's what we'll talk about next week. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also some like risks to different species and stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for the well wishes.
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
Maybe
especially
yeah.
for our friend here, Georgia. Really, I mean, it's.
Thanks, Kit Kat.
I don't think she's very brave. Typically, her, she said nothing. I said, "Oh my God, you really want to go
Thanks,
ahead?" And she
Kate.
completely ignored what I said. I just thought,
I just ignored it. I had to limit my bandwidth. I didn't have the bandwidth to start arguing whether or not we should actually do the thing. I was just
no,
like,
we should
whatever, I
not do it.
decided to do
Okay,
it.
so let's do it next week, and
Yeah.
also we're going to talk about the decline of bird population that's been very well studied. Also, that's
Yeah.
a very new study. So these are two very hot topics that we'll tackle.
Yeah, and a request, like we're gonna maybe since we have extra time to prepare, maybe we'll try to get some guests.
Yes,
Give us more time to find a guest speaker who can speak to one of these
to
papers.
one of these topics. So
Um,
that's the good
so
news.
yeah,
That's
and to facilitate that, maybe people could go to Twitter or wherever and like and retweet Christian's tweets about this to highlight how many of you are interested in it. Okay,
yes.
yeah. So
Oh,
that's
she
it. So
doesn't
we'll see you
sound
next week.
well, Georgia. We're not going to torture you. I'm so actually this power outage is a blessing because I think it's not right to do this.
You think I needed the power outage as an excuse? Yeah.
No.
Uh, I
Okay,
felt fine until start.
no.
I started trying to verbalize my thoughts, and then I'm like, oh,
No, I noticed you. I noticed you're not completely clear as you usually are. So that's no. Okay. Well, thank you everyone, and thanks especially here to Kit and David Howden for the comments. Very kind that you just logged in. So next week,
yeah,
hopefully, we'll be on time, and then with these hot topics. So thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.